Hello and welcome to our yin yoga class. So for yin, normally we would use a lot of props like blocks, pillows, blankets, but I want to make this accessible to everyone. So if you don't have any of that stuff, don't worry. I'm not going to use blocks today, so I can show you how to not use them. But if you do have them, go and grab them because they will be handy. So yin yoga is where we get deep into the tissues and into the muscles, and it's really great for flexibility. So we're going to start with our first pose today, which is child's pose. So if you'd like to come on over to all fours, toes together, knees wide, sit your hips back, wiggle yourself side to side until you get all the way down to the mat. Now, if you don't go down very far, that's fine. There's a couple of options here. If your bum isn't reaching your heels, you can place a pillow or blanket rolled up in between your bum and your heels. If the floor seems really far away, roll something up, pillows, blankets, a bolster if you have one, place it underneath your chest so you don't have as far to go down. So take your variation and we're going to just relax the body into this pose. So rest your forehead down and just breathe here. So in yin, we really want to take long inhales and exhales and relax the body as much as possible. We're going till we feel a slight stretch and then staying there. Now with child's pose, it's a little bit different because it's quite a restorative pose anyway, so you might not be feeling anything and that's fine. So just relax here. Take a few long inhales and exhales. And if at any point you feel like you need to come up out of it slightly or go a little bit deeper, and this goes with any of the poses we're doing today, feel free to rearrange. You're never stuck. So if you start getting any cramping, any pins and needles, have a little wiggle, have a little move, but then try to find some stillness. So just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly lift the head and walk the hands back in. We're going to come back up onto all fours and bring the hands out slightly further than the shoulders. Hover over your hands so you're in your half plank. Lower down to the floor. Now you can lower down all in one, or you can do chin and chest and come through so that you're on your belly. I'm just going to shuffle back slightly. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are in line with your shoulders, your wrists are in line with your elbows. Now, if you have any problems with your low back here, if it feels like it's pinching, if you have a little bit of pain, widen your feet. Make your feet a little bit wider apart. Push into your elbows to lift your chest and look forward. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. Now, if this feels a bit too much, you can place pillows, blankets, bolsters underneath your chest so that you can put some of your weight on it so that you're not going right into all the muscles here. Completely up to you how you want to take this one. You can stay here. If you're not feeling it enough, one way that you can do this is to widen your hands. So bring your hands out towards the side, push into your hands and straighten your arms. This is seal pose. So completely up to you. It depends how much of a back bend you'd like here, but take your variation. And take a few long inhales and exhales here. Remember, we're going till we feel that slight stretch and then relaxing the body as much as we can into it. Make sure if you are in Sphinx pose that your shoulders are away from your ears. You're not slouching down. Really dig into those elbows to lift your upper body up. You may be feeling this in a few places. It could be your back flexibility. Maybe you're feeling it in your back. Maybe it's your arms because of your arm strength. Breathe into it. Maybe slower today, but I didn't say it was going to be easier. Long inhales and exhales, keep it going. And remember, you're not stuck here. If you want a little bit more, come up into seal. If you want a bit less, find a bolster or something to put underneath your chest to relax more into it. Another few breaths. Lower the chest down, bring the hands next to the chest, push yourself up onto your knees and just come to a seated position. So come over onto your bum. Going to bring the soles of the feet together, grab hold of your ankles. Your knees can come out to the side so that they can kind of rest on your knees. Your elbows come out to the side so they rest on your knees, is that what I said? And then you're going to inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Now, the closer in your feet are, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. The further away they are, the less of a stretch. So completely up to you where you want your feet here. I'm just going to show you what my spine is doing. So we're going to inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold forward. So we're not rounding yet. We're lengthening and pulling forward. And then we're just going to rest here. So again, we're going to feel a very slight stretch and holding and trying to relax as much as we can. So long inhales, even longer exhales. Get your body out of that fight or flight mode. Get it to relax, get it to lengthen. A great thing to do here is to take a big inhale and then sigh it out through the mouth. It's a great signal for the brain to relax. Sometimes we have to remind the brain, because it's trying to protect us constantly, that we actually mean to be in these poses. Maybe you can already feel your hips opening up a little bit more. Okay, let's inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, now you can round. So round, your head can reach downwards towards your toes. Maybe even close down the eyes so you can relax a little bit more. A great way, if you have props to do this pose, would be to place a bolster or blocks or pillows stacked or books even in front of you, and then rest your head on the books. It's a really great way to relax the body. And slowly lifting your head. Use your hands, because they might be a bit stiff, to pull your legs back in together. We're going to come and lay down on our backs. So make your way onto your back. Bring your knees to a tabletop position. So your knees are above your hips. Arms come out to a T. Drop your knees over to one side. I'm going to get a little spinal twist in here. So you can either stay looking up at the ceiling, or you can look over your opposite shoulder for a deeper twist. If this doesn't feel enough for you, bring your legs back up to center, straighten the left leg, and then bring the right knee over to the left. So completely up to you how you would like to do that. If you find that both your knees aren't coming down to the ground, you can always place them onto blankets or pillows, but try to relax as much as you can. It doesn't matter if they're hovering, just try to relax. Long inhales and exhales here. And bring your knees back up to center. Drop them over the other side. And again, you can either look up at the ceiling or look over your opposite shoulder for a deeper twist. Or you can lengthen out that right leg and bring the left leg over. Completely up to you how you'd like to do this. But wherever you are, relax the whole body. And bring your knees back up to center. Hug your knees in. Grab behind the thighs. Just rock and roll. So tuck your chin and do a few rolls on the spine till you come up to a seated position. Take an inhale. Sweep the hands up above your head. Hands come together. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Don't forget to hit the like button. I would love to know what you thought of this class. It's a little bit different to the other classes that we've been doing in this series. So let me know, and I will see you tomorrow for day 12.